So welcome back. Today we're in Proverbs chapter 3, and the title of the text is Wisdom is Precious, starting in verse 1. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Verse 2. To have peace is to be healthy, free from threat or need, and thus fulfill content, prosperous, and at peace in a way that only God can grant. In Psalms 4:8. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Verse 3 through 4. Mercy and truth summarizes godliness in contrast to the selfish malice and infidelity of the wicked in Matthew 22:37 through 40. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. Verse 5. To lean on something, a synonymous for trust, is to lean on it as if it were a crutch in 2 Samuel 1:6, Job 8:14 through 15, and Isaiah 50:10. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Verse 6. To acknowledge God in all thy ways is to invite his presence into all daily activities and decisions. Direct thy path means that God will make righteous attainable. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Verse 8. Navel and bones stand for the entire person. Honor the Lord with the substance and with the first fruit of all thy increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and they presses shall burst out with new wine. Verse 9 through 10. Substance is the word for abundant wealth or sufficiency, the stored resources that are ready for use. The first fruits were the earliest and best of the crops in Deuteronomy 18:4. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as the Father the Son, in whom he delighted. Verse 1 through 12. In this section, the odd number verses give a command, and the even number verses are a promised result. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. Verse 14. This could be the profit gained in trading up to wisdom, or the subsequent profit made by applying wisdom. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Verse 16. The Hebrew word for honor is literally weightiness. It implies ascribing value or esteem to something or taking it seriously. In Proverbs 50:15 and Malachi 1:6. It is also translated glory, especially when describing God in Exodus 40:34, Psalms 96:7. Her ways are ways of plenteousness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Verse 18. The tree of life is a source provided by God for healing and eternal life. In Revelations 2:7. Verse 13 through 18. The poem praising wisdom begins and ends with the word happy. To be happy is to discover the good life that the Creator intended. In Isaiah 30:18. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Verse 22. Wisdom is the key to life, a full life now and eternal life in the future, because it is anchored in the fear of the Lord and includes practical advice. In Mark 10:30 and 1 Timothy 4:8. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither a desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thy hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, Go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee. Devise not evil against the neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Strive not with the man without cause. If he had done thee no harm, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Verse 29 through 30. The mention of a neighbor emphasizes the trust inherent in community. It does not mean that treachery is permissible against distant strangers. It is always wrong. Bringing accusations without just cause is malicious betrayal of community trust. For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. Verse 32. The froward, those who turn aside from what is right, are detestable to God, offensive, abhorrent, and abomination. They virtually turn his stomach. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Verse 33. God's curse is the removal of his sustaining presence. A house includes all of a person's family, possessions, and property. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. Verse 34. The lowly are those who are poor, not from laziness, but because they are exploited or oppressed. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Verse 35. An inheritance is a permanent possession,